Hello everyone, and welcome back to day 2 of our 30-day English shadowing challenge. Today, we are going to talk about something simple but very useful, our daily routine. You will listen to natural English sentences and repeat them aloud. Let's begin. I usually wake up early in the morning. I don't like starting my day in a hurry. I prefer to wake up calmly, take a few moments for myself, and then begin my morning routine. Starting the day peacefully helps me feel more relaxed and focused. When I wake up, I usually check the time first. Then I get out of bed, fold my blanket, and open the windows. I like letting some fresh air into the room. It makes the room feel brighter and more comfortable. After getting out of bed, I wash my face and brush my teeth. Then I drink some water. I think drinking enough water is important, especially after sleeping for several hours. It helps me feel refreshed and ready to start the day. After that, I spend a few quiet minutes thinking about my day. I think about the things I need to finish. I also decide which tasks are more important. Having a simple plan helps me avoid wasting too much time. Before I start working or studying, I like to keep my surroundings clean. I put things back where they belong. I clean my desk and organize the things I need. A clean space makes it easier for me to concentrate. Then I have my breakfast. I usually prefer a simple and healthy breakfast. I don't like having a very heavy meal in the morning. I try to choose food that gives me enough energy to continue with my day. While having breakfast, I sometimes listen to music or watch something interesting. Sometimes I listen to English conversations. This gives me an opportunity to practice English even while I'm eating. I try to make ordinary activities useful whenever possible. After breakfast, I usually begin my main work. Some days I study, some days I work on my personal projects, and on other days, I have several household responsibilities to take care of. I try not to do everything at the same time. Instead, I focus on one task at a time. When I finish one task, I move on to the next. This helps me stay organized and prevents me from feeling overwhelmed. One of the things I try to do every day is practice English. I spend some time reading English. I listen to English conversations. I practice speaking aloud, and sometimes I repeat sentences until they feel natural. When I practice speaking, I don't worry too much about making mistakes. I know that mistakes are part of learning. My goal is to become more comfortable speaking English. I want to express my thoughts clearly without constantly translating in my head. Sometimes I practice English by talking to myself. For example, I describe what I'm doing. I might say, I'm cleaning my room. Or, I'm going to prepare my lunch. These simple sentences help me think in English. I also practice by describing things around me. I might look outside and say, the sky is cloudy today. Or I might say, the trees are moving because of the wind. This is a simple way to turn everyday life into English practice. Taking short breaks helps me feel fresh again. If I continue working without a break for several hours, I may lose concentration. So I try to listen to my body and take a break when I really need one. During the afternoon, I usually continue with my remaining tasks. Sometimes I have more energy. Sometimes I feel a little tired. Even on those tired days, I try to complete at least the most important things on my list. I don't expect every day to be perfect. Some days are productive, some days are difficult, sometimes I finish everything I planned. Sometimes I don't. I've learned that this is completely normal. When something unexpected happens, I try to adjust my plans. I don't want one unexpected problem to ruin my entire day. Instead, I try to ask myself what I can still accomplish. Then I continue from there. In the afternoon, I sometimes spend time learning something new. It could be a new English word, a grammar rule, a technical skill, or something completely different. I enjoy learning because it gives me a feeling of progress. I believe that learning doesn't have to take several hours. Even 15 or 30 minutes can be useful. What matters is doing it regularly. A little practice every day can become a big improvement over time. Another important part of my routine is movement. I don't want to spend the entire day sitting. So whenever possible, I go for a walk. Walking gives me a chance to move my body and clear my mind. When I go for a walk, I usually observe what is happening around me. I notice the trees, the sky, the people, and the sounds around me. Sometimes I think about my future. Sometimes I simply enjoy the moment. After coming back from my walk, I usually feel more relaxed. If I was worried about something before the walk, I often feel better afterward. Sometimes a short walk is enough to give me a completely different perspective. As the evening approaches, I start slowing down. I finish the work that needs to be completed. Then I move on to my evening activities. I don't like staying busy until very late at night. I prefer having some peaceful time before going to bed. In the evening, I may spend time with my family. We talk about how our day went. Sometimes we discuss small everyday things. Sometimes we laugh about something that happened during the day. These simple conversations are special to me. I also like watching movies or videos in the evening. If I'm watching something in English, I try to pay attention to the way people speak. I notice common expressions, pronunciation, and the way sentences are connected. Sometimes I pause a video when I hear an interesting sentence. Then I repeat it aloud. I try to copy the speaker's pronunciation and rhythm. This is one of the ways I practice natural English. Before dinner, I usually finish any small tasks that are still pending. I don't like carrying too many unfinished tasks into the next day. When possible, I try to complete them before I relax. After dinner, I usually have some quiet time. I may review what I learned during the day. I may practice English, or I may simply sit quietly and relax. It depends on how busy my day has been. Sometimes I think about how my day went. I ask myself a few simple questions. What did I accomplish today? What did I learn? What could I have done better? And what do I want to do tomorrow? I don't ask these questions to criticize myself. I ask them because I want to understand my progress. If something didn't go well, I think about how I can handle it differently next time. I also like preparing for the next day. I think about the important things I need to do. Sometimes I write them down. This makes it easier to remember them in the morning. Preparing the night before also helps me feel less stressed. When I already know what I need to do, I don't have to spend too much time deciding in the morning. I can simply wake up and start. Before going to bed, I try to stay away from unnecessary distractions. I don't want to spend too much time scrolling through my phone. Sometimes it is difficult to stop, but I try to be more disciplined. I believe our habits have a big effect on our lives. The things we do repeatedly become part of our lifestyle. That's why I'm trying to build simple habits that support my goals. One habit I'm working on is being consistent with English practice. I don't want to practice only when I feel motivated. I want English practice to become a normal part of my daily routine. Another habit I'm trying to develop is better time management. There are many things I want to do, but I have limited time and energy. So I need to decide what is really important and focus on those things first. I've also learned that rest is important. Being productive doesn't mean working every minute of the day. Our minds and bodies need time to recover. Taking proper rest helps us return to our work with more energy. My routine isn't exactly the same every day. Some days are busy. Some days are relaxed. Sometimes I wake up earlier than usual. Sometimes I need more sleep. I try to be flexible while still following my important habits. I think a good routine should make life easier, not more stressful. It doesn't have to be complicated. A few simple habits can make a big difference. Wake up, take care of yourself, learn something, do your work, move your body, spend time with people you love, and get enough rest. That's the kind of routine I want to build. I want my days to have a good balance. I want to work toward my goals without forgetting to enjoy the present. For me, a successful day isn't necessarily a busy day. It's a day that feels meaningful. Of course, I still have days when I don't follow my routine. Sometimes I waste time. Sometimes I procrastinate. Sometimes I feel tired and don't feel like doing anything. But I don't want one bad day to become a bad week. If I have an unproductive day, I simply start again the next day. I remind myself that I don't have to be perfect. I just need to keep moving forward. Starting again is always better than giving up. So, that's what a typical day looks like for me. I wake up, take care of my morning routine, have breakfast, work or study, practice English, take breaks, go for a walk, spend time with my family, and relax in the evening. Every day may be different, but these simple activities keep me moving forward. Now, think about your own daily routine. What time do you usually wake up? What do you do in the morning? What do you usually have for breakfast? What do you do during the day? Think about these things in English. You can start with simple sentences. I usually wake up at 6 o'clock. Then I brush my teeth. After that, I have breakfast. I start studying at 9 o'clock. In the afternoon, I take a short break. Then you can make your sentences more natural. After breakfast, I usually spend some time studying. Once I finish my work, I take a short break. In the evening, I usually go for a walk. Before going to bed, I prepare for the next day. Now it's your turn to talk about your entire day. Don't worry about grammar. Don't stop every time you make a mistake. Just keep speaking. Talk about your morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Try to speak for 1 full minute without stopping. Amazing job! You've completed day 2 of the 30-day English shadowing challenge. If you enjoyed today's practice, please like, share, and subscribe to English with Suma. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and I'll see you in day 3. Happy learning!